All right. Hey, guys. It's Copper Owl back. Ready to hunt some DDOs. Sorry, I got to have my late night snack, man. There's a reason I need a weight loss program. Anyway, glad to be back. Good to see everybody. Hopefully, we'll get a few people stop by. Playing around with some camera angles here a little bit. Got my secondary monitor up a little higher where I can see it. I'd like to get a third one right over here. And it gives me a chance to point this down a little bit more if I really wanted to. We can point down at all the coins. There's no zoom on this thing, so oh well. So we have DDOs that we're going to hunt for Avardcurt, who's got the bulk of them. Jim Cantor's here, and that's good news because I've got your DDOs that we're going to hunt too. Woo! Excuse me. And with that, I'm going to have to pause just a second. All right. All better now. So, Jim, since you're here, I've kind of got Avardcurt's all laid out, but since you're here, we'll go ahead and do yours. Now, the one thing that I didn't think of was on my other screen, I'm pulling up the examples of the DDOs. So let me see if I can do that still. I may just have to move them over to the other screen to do that, but it's kind of nice to have them. Let's see what one we're going to start off with here first. Okay, we got 177D opportunities. So let's open that file up. Pin it over here to see what we might be looking for. Let's see. Will that work? That works real well. All right. So let's see how this compares. And as we can see, it's really not going to. So the 77D DDO is done. We only had the one for you, Jim. Let me pull up the next bottle I got here. This looks like this will probably be 73s. And they are 73s. So, Jim, how are we doing tonight? Looks like we might have a few others in stream with us. I'm not seeing who they might be. But welcome to whoever's there. And, by all means, step in, say hi. If you're wanting to join the panel with me, we can chat. There you go. Now, I will say, one of the last times we did this, we had somebody jump in that I did not recognize, and I should have trusted my instincts a little more and not had them join us because they tried to do some squirrely stuff and got on the air and started talking about stuff they didn't need to. Luckily, I was able to discover some editing tools. Not before they were able to kind of sabotage the stream. So Well, good. I'm glad to hear that something's getting done with your apartment there. I'm sure it's going to be a long road, but I'm glad you still got something to come back to, I guess, at some point, I'm assuming. So let me see if I've got that 73D example up here. I've actually got a couple of them. We'll go with that one. There we go. So we're going to look for something that looks a lot like that. Hey, BH Ringer, good to see you. Now I also checked the sides of these. Get my screwdriver here. We would look to see extra metal along the left side of this L, and the same place for the I and the B in Liberty. If we see that, that's one of the markers that we would be checking anyway if we were to find doubling in the word trust. And we'll go back and we'll look. This one looks like it's pretty beat up. Yeah, that one, you wouldn't be able to tell if that was doubling if you tried. And we did. So, looks like, yep, nothing for that one. How we doing tonight, BH? Now you can see it looks like there's doubling from the left to the right like that, but the example that we trust there, since it's verified, that's a 3DO. Yeah, it's just not a match on that one. So let's see. Again, kind of feels like it's pulling the wrong direction on that. So we'll just keep looking. I haven't found too many 73Ds, so that's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, that one's pretty mushed up too, so unfortunately we won't be seeing that. Well, good, BH. I think it might just be you, me, and Jim right now. I don't know if it's super rude that I'm munching on a couple chips now and then. Just let me know. I get those late night munchies, man. It's not good for me. All right. Let's see what we got here. I bet you these are going to be 72s. These are the 72s. AEH, what is going on? Have you gotten done counting all that silver? Or admiring it? Admiring how pretty it is. If anybody didn't see last night, American Eagle Hoarder had just the box of a lifetime. Sorry, getting over this poison ivy's really been kind of ugh. Built my $20 roll of shiny 65. Well, it would take that kind of good fortune to be able to do that. So, I mean, that's just so awesome. All right, let's pull open this one and see if it'll help us identify the 72. Yep, that was quite a box. It's kind of a box plus, wasn't it? If I remember right. I think you had an entire box of customer rolled 6 boxes ordered for this weekend. Pumped to see what else might happen. If you get that kind of repeat luck or anything even close to it, man, your head's going to explode. There won't be enough room for you in the same room with the 3D printing. You're going to have to print yourself a new space. Yeah, but same bank. Wow. That should be a treat, man. When are you going to be hunting all those? I'll have to peek in on that. See, that one made me stop and look. The left serif on that U looked a little bit right, but everything's just so worn. It's kind of hard to tell. You could look over here on the W, but it's just, and the E, but it's just very difficult to tell. So go ahead and pass on that one. A little bit. No, not really on that one either. So let's see what we got here. We getting the 71s or the 72s? Well, we're going in exactly the order. So all right, we're looking for no FGs now. Let me get this out of the way. No FG. Be nice to see. Should be in Thursday or Friday. I'm scheduled to do all my hunts on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Alrighty. I am going to need to hunt on Saturday. And I might have a 2-box hunt. I might. I want to be a little careful with that because with the holidays coming up, it might be in my interest to stockpile some so I have them through the holiday and get that chance. But I'm also kind of hoping that the new computer's in Friday night. As 3D printing goes, I'm printing a Mjolnir, okay, Thorn's hammer for #1 thud stacking. Yep. Are you reprinting one or going with the one that we were looking at last night? Need like a tray that I push these into, and well, you're not gonna like it, American Eagle Hoarder. It is a laptop, but it's a good laptop. It will, the deal that I got on it, if something ends up, prematurely failing and all that, I think it's at a price point where I can pretty safely get back into one and we'll do something different. But it's a Dell, I think it's a G15 gaming laptop, 11th generation i7, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 Ti. 16 gigabyte memory. I think it's like a 512 gigabyte solid state drive. So it's going to come in handy when I get on the road because I can't help it. I end up on the road more often than I really care to be for work. And it's just easier to have it with me, well, no matter where I'm at, to be able to do some of this. I just have to be real sensitive to company laptop and not doing too much with that other than work. Because literally they could seize what I do as business and claim it all. So we don't want that. But so far as a laptop goes, yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. It's definitely going to get me several years down the road, so I'm looking forward to it. I thought about maybe spending several more $100, maybe up to like the $1,500 range or something after all the discounts and Black Friday stuff. and just kind of really going for like the 32 gigabyte, 360, 370 video card. But in the end, I felt real comfortable here. I can pay for it outright without doing anything crazy. Got a little bit extra off in negotiation, and we're in great shape. So let me get a 71D example up here. Okay. There's a couple of them I could pull up here. I think I'm going to pull this one up because if we see doubling in the R, that's one thing, but it's here that really makes the difference when you see it clearly in there. And then also in the T, the split serifs in the T. So I'm definitely interested in it. I'm just trying to think how many slabs I might want to display. I'm not sure at the moment, so I'll probably definitely get some. I just hang with me. Let me figure a few things out along the way here. I don't have that many slab coins, honestly, but I picked up another one tonight. Nice Merc dime that was way underpriced in an auction, so that was fun. You're doing what, $5 on those? Oh, Merc dime. It's like a 44D. I mean, nothing too crazy, but it was like an MS65. I forget if it was a PCGS or an NGC grade on it, but when I looked it up, graded retail would be graded retail's around $50, and I think I end up getting it for like 20. So I feel real comfortable that I wouldn't have to dive way down, even if I decide to sell it. If I can make $10 on it, I'll make $10. Excuse me. New machine have Win 11 Pro. I know it'll have Windows 11. I'm not sure about the Pro. Yeah, 44D on that is what I'll be getting. And then, like some guys in the stream that find all their 40s, I found a roll of 40s that was real reasonably priced too during that auction. So decided to pick those up too. I got you. Okay. Yeah, let me do some thinking on that. I got to have a place to put them first. Otherwise, they're just going to sit on a shelf. Right now, they're all just sitting in a box because there's not a lot of space to do that on. But I'm just kind of looking around at my environment here, and there may be some opportunity there. So I appreciate you letting me know, and I think they're very cool. I think you could do this for just about anybody. I have to pick up pace on these 71Ds. This is the shorter of the two stacks. Avardcurt's got like tons of these to go through. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking, it'll definitely be more than one or two. Got to make some sense to spread out the shipping on those. The S has got some fun doubling there, or maybe it's just a scratch or something in the bottom of the S, but it's not really even close to where we want to see it. So, all right. And these will be the last 3 or 4 or 5 for Jim Cantor. Unfortunately, we're not seeing much in the way of goodies to send you. I wonder if I need to focus that a little bit. It seems to get knocked out of focus so easily. There, maybe that's a little better. Hard to say. It looks like we got 5 people in here now. I think I've talked to 3 of you. So, who else is out there? Don't be shy. Come on in. Now, the cool thing is the laptop I'm on now, even though it's older, it does have a decent processor in it, and it just seems like it was, if we're not doing something that's, heavy video intensive, should work just fine. So I think it's going to go to the, I think it's going to go to outlet number 2. So, well, Jim, unfortunately, that is it for your opportunities to find DDOs. Sorry. Hello, I was just making a drink. Well, make me one too there, B Square. In fact, you know what? I can do that. I can do that. I don't know. This is Leinenkugel Oktoberfest, so I don't know how strong it'll be, but it's cold and it's gonna taste good. There we go. Woo! All right. Tell you what, we'll just start off with some 71s. Maybe we'll get bored with those, move into others, come back. We'll see. But since we have it up there on the board, why not? These are for Avardcurt. So Avardcurt, if you're out there, I know you were on. I know you were out on Southern Metal's channel watching him, and I think he's still going. So no crazy expectation that you're going to bolt from there over here to see these. But we give you a little bit of a heads up that we'd be doing it. Oh, there, we're getting it. Come on. There. That's a lot better. Cheers to you, sir. I don't think we said this was necessarily the PG-13 version of the show. It's late enough at night. We can have a beer. So potato chips and beer. I need to work out. Drop like a fly if I don't. Yeah, we can do a little bit different humor and a little bit different beverage when outlet number 2 is in bed. For DDOs, I take it. Yes, I am. That's why we call it that DDO hunt. That one almost looks like it's got some hints of it. A little thickness in the S below that serif. And the problem is it's just not well defined. I guess I could look at that T and see if it's got anything. It's kind of worn too, but I don't think it's there. Hey, no problem, man. That's what I do. The secondary streams are usually going to be DDO hunts. So my question is, if I get 2 boxes this week, do I hunt them both? Can I get people to buy both, or should I hunt one for myself? I hope that a little bit of American Eagle Hoarder's luck rubs off on me. My luck, the one that's paid for, will have all the silver in it, and I got to give it away again. I enjoy doing that. Don't get me wrong. I'm just waiting on one good one for myself so that I can keep some of that inventory cost down. That always helps. Mushed one here. I don't mind using stream funds to go out and replenish and restock, so we can do that, because ultimately it's kind of a self-funded hobby there, that I can turn things around and make them available to you guys, which I enjoy the heck out of doing. It's still a little bit of a business, though, so watching costs where we can and getting stuff at face value is always preferred. So I am going to have some more dimes coming in, hopefully very soon. Oh, shoot. I forgot to call those guys. Oh, okay. I did not know that, BH. What's the rates, boxes and rolls? I do $3 per roll, and I probably hit somewhere in the middle in terms of what kind of extras that I provide. It's hard to give out, on par at $3. 11 silvers for everything, plus bag pulls, plus this, plus that. Keep it fairly simple. I do a bag pull for each of the. Just looks a little suspect there. Do a bag pull for each of 10 rolls that get bought. So if you do $150 for the whole box, you get 5 bag pulls. A bag pull could be anywhere from an Indian head penny to a Merc dime, Buffalo nickel, maybe a war nickel if I have them. I don't have a lot of them. We'll work in a 90% quarter, 40% half dollar, and 90% half dollars as opportunities there. So as we have grown a little bit, I'm going to try to do a little bit of an equity adjustment there to try and keep things coming in, and updating some of the things, thinking about different ways, different games that we can do. But we're starting to grow a little bit. It's been a pretty good week or two of growth for the stream. And with the new hardware. Oh, AEH, I am getting a Stream Deck too. It's not the biggest one, but I want to at least I got a good deal on one that's kind of that mid-sized one, so hopefully that'll help. If he's still around, I don't know. I can skip putting a Microsoft account or setting up Microsoft account during setup. I would not have guessed that. I wonder why that's so. I wonder why that's a feature. Maybe I shouldn't ask why. I don't know a tremendous amount about computers, but I just know that this one did not have the horsepower where I needed it. Brian Rome, what in the world are you doing, sir? Good to see you again. You have found us again, looking at DDOs. Looking for DDOs. Not finding DDOs is the problem. Ooh, yes, I bought a Dell. It was the best deal I could find. Hey, no problem, B squared. That's why I kind of like to. I know a lot of guys out there do $5 a roll. That's why I kind of like doing 3. I don't need to be big, flashy, the best, anything like that. I just like to bring the opportunity to people, and I know that it's actually pretty rare that I get out and do like a whole box with anybody. I've never done a full box with RFT, even though I'd really love to, because some of those just get insanely good. And he gives out, some pretty significant incentives to do that. So, plus I think he runs a fun channel. It's a little big, so it's for him it's business though. So I don't blame him for how he runs. Been working on Dell machines for over 20 years now. Yeah. So it's a Dell gaming computer. So I don't know. Maybe it'll have a little different feel or performance than probably a lot of the business computers you've been working with, I'm guessing. So anyhow, I'm just it'll be fun to do this more often and have the ability to do some fun things. Like I'm using StreamYard right now, and things are going fine. It gives me about what I want, but there's other things I want to be able to do through. There's other things I want to be able to do through StreamYards, and my thing was the computer that I was using, or still using, StreamYard or Streamlab, and the hardware that I had on there just seemed to be kind of drifting apart. Streamlab updates their stuff, and my hardware stays the same age, and it just didn't work out. It's getting worse. Do you look for silver coins? That's absolutely what we do, Brian. This is the secondary stream where we look for the DDOs. I'd literally be on all afternoon on a single box if I spent the time to look through the one box that we do hunt for DDOs at the same time, as thoroughly as we are. But yes, we do look at silver. We usually do that on Sunday. And but this weekend, and probably it might be the next couple weekends, that I am going to need to do it on a Saturday, because I'm going to have business travel on Sundays the next couple weekends. So hey, yeah, we'll see when you get back, B squared. Which are worth more? Great question, and it really depends. The silver ones, as always, condition mint and year can play a large part in determining value. For the silver ones, for the silver Kennedys, there's 90% silver in 1964. There's a few varieties there that you can look for that would really enhance the value of them. And then 1965 through 1970, there was 40% silver. The 1970s were not issued as business strikes, so not only are they silver, they're a little more rare than the 65 through 69s, which we find a lot of. Oh, that's cool, B squared. So that being said, you go back to like Ben Franklin's and Walking Liberties, then you can get into some that are worth more than just their melt value. There's other varieties to look for, not always just DDOs, but like the Franklin Bugs Bunny one. I forget which year that is exactly. We might have a little something here. We might. I don't see strong line through the leg of the R. Let's check that T for. Nope. Turn it in the light a little bit. Nope, no split serif there. So anyhow, it was close. It was a nicer one too. Some of these, I guess to sum up the Kennedys, when we look for these, because that's all we're looking for here. I'd be thrilled to find silver in the Franklins and the Walkers and things like that. Most of those are going to be face melt value because just because they've been out in circulation. Now, if you find one that's just pristine, like it's out of a collection or something, obviously hold on to that. There's more to look at, more to talk about as far as a grade on condition goes. Silver is definitely easier because it stands out. Like when you hold up an entire roll like this, you see kind of that copper and gray color. Let me do something real quick to kind of show how much this can pop out at you. So if we take part of that same roll and put silver in there, here's how much it pops out. And you can see very clearly where the silver is in that roll. That's what we like to find. Just gotta kind of hold it out there like that because it's been a little while since I found one that was that kind of stark white. It's always a beautiful thing. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Finding that Canadian 80% half, that was pretty darn cool. But now 40% halves can be a little more difficult. I mean, they still stand out, but they may have a little color to them that is deceiving. I'm just going to count some of these here real quick. Okay, I'll be in great shape when it comes to 40s here real soon again. Starting to get low on them, been giving a bunch away. So, anyhow, that's how those work. There's always better ones out there in terms of value, but some of these varieties, like I've been alluding to, some of these varieties can have some nice value on them. Like if you find one of these DDOs in the right year, and it's in really good shape, like XF, AU, or MS condition, they can be well worth multiple times more the melt value of silver. You could get into something that's 40, 50, 60 plus dollars. Okay. It's interesting you ask, because I am looking to make a short video for the channel for those who might be seeing the channel for the first time that goes into that. So the donation thing, yeah, it's going to be dollar bills. The donation thing works that so I get a box of $50 from the bank, and I can open those for myself all day long at practically zero cost. If somebody on the stream wants me to open those for them, then I charge per roll. And I used to do as many or as few rolls as you wanted, and then some people decided, well, I'll take 3 rolls. I'm like, okay, that kind of, if I find stuff, then I'm not even barely covering the cost of shipping them to you with that kind of approach. So I do 10 roll minimum. There's 50 rolls in a box. So real quick math, $3, minimum of 30, maximum of 150 for a box, right? So you can get anywhere from 10 to 50 rolls. So first things first, I hunt those, and if I find silver, old silver, odd miscellaneous things like counterstruck coins or something with a hole in it, could find a magic coin that's like literally a magician's coin where it's hollow inside and contains something inside. Those get found all the time. I've never found one. We might find proof strikes. I found commemorative proof strikes. We might find proof $50, that are in circulation. Those are all going to be San Francisco minted. What else? So there's 40, 90 miscellaneous, which would be your DDOs, your proofs. And NIFCs. So NIFCs are from 1970, 87, and then 2002 through 2019. Some would say that the 2020s and 2021s are still NIFCs. I guess we could still make the case for the 2020s. NIFC, though, means not issued for circulation or not intended for circulation, meaning that they didn't make $50 in those years for business use, like general circulation. It's that they would be put into like collector sets, like mint sets or proof sets, things like that. So those are kind of fun to find. They don't carry a high premium on them, but we call those fines. So 40%, 90% silver, miscellaneouses like DDOs, proof strikes, and the NIFCs. We'll record all that. Not everybody wants the NIFCs. Usually I'll group a couple of NIFCs together and offer like a silver dime in exchange for them, because that's probably a fair trade. If we find a ton of them, then we might talk about 40 or 90% exchanges there if people want those, because they're still fines. They're worth a little more, but it takes a little more to make up that difference. All that said, if we find those things for the rolls that you donate for, we will give those. I ship those to you. So that donation helps cover the cost of replacing the coins that I have to return to the bank, less the coins we take out and send to you, and the cost of shipping, which can range anywhere from $5 to $15, especially if it's international. It can get a little bit more, as you probably well know. As for other incentives for those purchase rolls, for every 10 rolls that somebody buys, I'll do a bag pull. and it's just a bag pull. It's poker chips out of a bag, different colors, but they mean different things. It could be, let's see if I remember right, it's red for an Indian head cent, green for a buffalo or a war nickel. White will get you a Mercury or Roosevelt silver dime. Blue will get you a 90% silver quarter. The black will get you a black should get you a 40% silver half dollar. And then there's one that's red with a Rio label on it from the Rio Hotel in Las Vegas. That will get you 90%. So, we're gonna do a little bit of an equity shift there and put more of those in there, so there's more opportunities. Just as soon as I can stock up a little more. So, in all, you could walk away with however many finds we have, and one gentleman had 72 finds several months back. But that is kind of the long-winded answer that I think you wanted to hear. So yeah, if there's any other questions about that, please just let me know. It's kind of how it works. The cool thing is even when I find 72 silvers in a box, that's $36 and half dollars I have to replenish. I take that out of what we get. PayPal gets their cut. And these are half dollars. These are half dollars. This is what we're looking through. This one has a bunch of paint on it. Look at all the paint on that one. Looks like somebody took nail polish to it. Kind of crazy. So yeah, it's pretty crazy to think that like every one of these that we're looking through right now, these 71Ds, they're 50 years old. And we still find things out there. So I'm going to work on condensing that description. Get the Reader's Digest version of that put together for that video that I want to make. I think that would probably benefit me. Now that one's interesting because the S is a little thicker. The T has some drop in the serifs. There's some vertical movement on the U. The R just doesn't show it in the leg. It's usually got to show that. The T there, at least one of the serifs looks better. Don't paint the coins. Yeah, that's right. I didn't turn her loose on that one, though. She saw that one the other day and was like, what? All right. I think we're just going to plow through these 71s and go in reverse order. But if you guys think I missed something, what if nothing is found? That's a really good question. I'm working on a solution for that. Being that we don't charge like $5 a box or $5 per roll like a lot of other channels do, and they offer something for that, I still want to offer something. I need to do a little research and determine what that will be, because I still think, if you're a first-time donator and you donate for a full box, you should get something. If you donate all that and get nothing out of the box, you should still get something. I will probably do something like at least a 90% half dollar. If nothing is found, there's some places that do, like a Morgan dollar or a Peace dollar. If nothing's found, there's others that, they've even made their own 1 ounce rounds that are pretty darn cool, but you're talking about some investment to get those made. So I am working on kind of what we sometimes call as the skunk round, or skunk insurance. When you don't find anything in a box, it's a skunky box. At the very least, you'll have the bag pulls and a chance to get at least up to $40 worth of roughly about $40 worth of silver. So it's a gamble, though. I mean, that's kind of the beauty of it, I guess. The cool thing is most people look at this as ways to support each other. And, well, I mean, you've been in Boy Scouts long enough. You know what it's like to sell popcorn, right? I mean, those $20 bags of Boy Scout popcorn have very little to do with the amount or quality of popcorn that you get in there. If you give somebody a $20 bill for $5 worth of popcorn, you better be of the understanding that you're donating $15 and getting that $5 box of popcorn. When you buy a tin that you can go inside Walmart and buy for $10 to $15 and you spend $60 on it, you're just donating more. That's kind of the same thing that goes on here. But, like I said, the guy months ago that spent $150 on the entire box and walked away with $450 worth of silver, we've had that happen, and we've had people break very, very much even, if not ahead, on something like that. So it's always kind of fun. Small fortune scout patch, and I'll tell you what, you do. I was looking at an auction the other night, and like OA patches, those, they were selling for dozens of dollars, $50, $60 in some cases, just depending on the rarity or scarcity of them, I guess. So, hey, Muscle Shell, didn't mean to miss you there. Good morning, sir. It sounds like maybe you're up and at 'em. Get ready to put in your night shift, or I don't know. I assume you work at night. I thought I saw that the other night, or third shift or something like that. Flaps worth over $100 each. Yeah, these are crazy. It's like a whole nother brand of commerce there for the scout patches. We've got Conclave coming up. I think we're going to be able to go to it. I think it's going to be up at camp, though, so we'll have to see how that works. Yep, that's right. You never know when a box is going to be loaded with silver. That's so true. And the thing that's just very humbling about doing this is the overwhelming generosity of so many people. Even Jim, like the other day, getting 10 rolls. I mean, I know you're going through some other stuff in life, picking up some pieces and stuff like that. From your home, after that fire, and you're spending $30 with me to hunt some rolls because we've got a little bit of that, what kind of relationship you can build on here is a cool thing. And so, I mean, I'll be honest, the other day I almost said, no, you don't need to do that. But, I'm just like, we're all grown-ups here. You can make decisions to do things. And I'm just going to accept that you're a very generous fellow. You've always treated me right on other deals, and I don't forget that. Was a huge patch trade collector, thousands of dollars. That's right. I remember that. That reminds me, I've got to get some stuff for a Al number 2 is a fire builder this year, and he's wanting to be on camp staff. Maybe you need to write to him and tell him just how insane that's going to be. He needs some hardware to be working on. Probably have to go to Crazy Crow to get that. Yeah, boy, I hear you, Jim. I hear you. So, hey, whatever we can do to help you. I mean, I know I can't physically be there to do that. If I were closer, I certainly would. But I get it. I get it. And I have no beef with. Oh, that's cool, man. I can put you down for the first 10 rolls on Saturday. I can do that. I'll tell you what, Brian, send me an email at copperowlcoins@gmail.com. You can use that same email address with PayPal, or if you have PayPal, or if you use Cash App, that's another form of payment that I use. You can just do $CopperOwlCoins. And those are the two ways that I can take that. And just email me so I have a record of it, and I'll get you set up with the first 10 rolls on Saturday. I'm not sure what time, but I'll write you back and let you know. Sir Benji, good to see you again today, sir. How did the rest of your hunt go? It looked like maybe it dried up a little bit on you. I think you had maybe found another 67. I forget if that was your second or third one. I definitely appreciate you coming by and saying hello. In fact, I'm not only talking to myself. I will throw the link out there if anybody wants to join me. I'll tell you what, Brian, if you would do goods and services, that way PayPal doesn't have any reason to come back and get after me for avoiding charges or anything like that. It's just one of those things. I don't know that I totally understand it, but I just, rely on other people's testimony to how that works, and it seems like it's the fairest thing we can do. And I don't mind 2 or 3%. It's not a big deal to me. That way everybody gets a better deal. And if you would, sir, by sir I mean Brian, when you email me, send me your mailing address. Whether we find you anything or not, I have something I will send you. It's not a patch, but it's a sticker. you'll get your own Copper Owl coin sticker and become a member of the Parliament. That's going to do it for the 71Ds. Out of 120 of them, we didn't find anything. So let's come up and look at some 72s. Ended up with 164 and 240s. Okay, I thought you were at a 3 count. So that's awesome that you found some silver, Sir Benji. It's very encouraging. Hopefully you'll find more on the next box, right? Muscle Shell is still here to root us on. I think I'm going to need another shout-out video there, Muscle Shell. I'll take a shout-out video from just about anybody that's got more followers than me. If you sell coins and bullion, you must use goods and services or your account can be forfeited. Yeah, okay. That's what I was trying to recall there. So that's the reason why we want to do that. I guess they got to get their cut, huh? I've had a few people that do the friends and family, probably not realizing that could cause some problem. And so far, it hasn't caused me any problems. But hopefully, we will not have that problem. And if they come looking for something, then I get the feeling I can't tell them to go pound sand so easily. So we'll have it covered. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Being that I normally only do 1 box per hunt, if I find myself in a four stream streak of finding silver, every stream is a box. So yeah, they're kind of equal for me. Ugh. Night is starting to wear on me. It's on my last day of taking prednisone for some poison ivy that I got into. It turned into a rather serious thing because it got on my face and near my eyes. So kind of looking forward to not having to go through the highs and lows of what prednisone can do to your energy level. Very cool, Brian Rome. We have got our first donator. Always good when it's a personal friend of mine. And who knows? Maybe we're just going to find all kinds of silver for you in those first 10 rolls and make somebody else wish they had the whole box. That could happen. Yeah, I'm getting past it. It's actually tamed down quite a bit. Yeah, I was cutting down a tree that fell during my last trip, and I finally got home long enough to take it apart all the way to the ground. And apparently the vine that was in it was not as dormant as I thought. Yeah, I've heard of cases like that too, Sir Benji. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, Sir Benji's done a lot of growing. I forget how many subs you're up over now. When is work sending me to Arizona? Arizona specifically, not too soon, but here in the next few weeks, Monday next week, I'll be in Nevada. The Monday after that, I will be in Livermore, California for a day or two. Then I'll be going to Albuquerque, and we'll see if that's we'll see how far that goes. That might be the end of my work year, or it might be the beginning of a stay over the weekend in Albuquerque, so I can be out there Monday and Tuesday to put an end to some projects. So, yeah, it's really crazy. I'm like pulling up the calendar right now, and we're 27 minutes for me away from December. I mean, it just seems like a blink of an eye ago we were in December 2020, just saying, get this year over with. It's been so weird and difficult, and here we've gone through a whole nother year of a lot of weird and difficult again, just on different, kind of on different levels there. But yeah, it's crazy. Your supervisor's in Albuquerque. Okay, is he working at what is it, Luke Air Force Base there, or maybe at the Sandia Lab? I'll be going to Sandia Lab. Pardon my adult beverage. Yeah, we get past this. I mean, it's literally like it's jumping up on me. I mean, 2.5 weeks of work maybe left for me, because I'm really hoping to take the last 2 weeks of the year off. I've been going too long and hard, and I need a break. I need a break worse than I need a Kit Kat bar. How much for 10 rolls at Copper Owl Coins? 10 rolls is going to be $30. I do $3 a roll, 10 roll minimum. I should have 40 rolls in one box. If I get the second one, I may open it up instead of hunting it myself, and do a 2-box hunt Saturday. But I'll be hunting on Saturday due to the need to travel on Sunday. Some good German wine there. I bet. We found a good German place to eat in Colorado Springs called Edelweiss. It's such a cool German place. You'd love this place, Brian. Their food tastes, I would imagine it tastes very authentic. I mean, it's more German than the German food I've ever had. Let's just put it that way. Big old boots of beer. And then if you're there on the right nights, they'll have somebody running around with like a 1 or a 2-man band. And they might even be doing either some polka or German opera during dinner service. It's really cool. So if you're ever in Colorado Springs, there you go. Also found a good place down in, of all places, Alabama, near Fort Rucker. We had to look for the place, but it was pretty good too. Or was that in Lawton, Oklahoma? I think that might have been in Lawton, Oklahoma, actually. Distinct flavor to their food. Yes, absolutely. No, the place I was thinking at Fort Rucker, it was a bratwurst house. And I mean, they had like 50 different types of bratwurst. Or wurst. Or, you know what I'm saying. Different sausages. So, but yeah, that's awful cool. Oh, USDA. Okay. Let's see. 654. I'm going back and looking here. 654. Holy crow. Yeah, I remember when you were shooting for 500, man. You got from 500 to 654 fast. That is awesome. We're going to look for some no FGs here real fast. Got a bunch of them to go through. And we got to keep moving. You don't want Copper Owl to turn into a pumpkin. So yeah, Sir Benji, that would be, if you're interested, just drop me an email at copperowlcoins@gmail.com. Let me know how many rolls you're looking for. I do PayPal by that email address, or Cash App, $ Copper Owl Coins. And it looks like an FG, but it's looks like a DDO too. Pretty crazy. So anyway, yeah, love to have some support from you too, sir. Battle box battle wise, I'd love to get back into that. Gosh, there's an outside chance I may be able to do one on Friday. It's hard to say. Technically I'm back at work and I'm trying to get out of town the following week, of course, but I will be trying to work from home too, and I may be able to make some time for that. So it may have to be a last minute decision, Sir Benji, but if you're game for me to be kind of a last minute decision, then I might be able to join you for something. I would say if you can line up, one or two other guys and have it either way, that's awesome. If I can join and be a third or fourth member, that's even more awesome for me. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I was trying to actually get some things for 400 sub celebration that appears to be coming up. I've got some slow, steady growth here in the last couple weeks, about 20 or so new subs. If we keep that up at that rate, by New Year's Eve, we might be doing a 400 sub celebration. I thought I was going to get my hands on some gold tonight, but I don't know. It seemed like somebody else wanted it at a price that seemed like they were overpaying, so I'm willing to let other people overpay for things that I can be patient on. Especially when it comes to investing stream funds. But my hope is that we will be doing some. I'd like to shoot for doing at least four silver rounds as giveaways. So if anybody watching just has some extra silver rounds laying around and wants to donate for that, that would always be welcome. All right. 2 more stacks of no FGs to look for is where we're at. Then we have about a stack and a half of 73Ds to look at, and then about a quarter stack of 77s, 77Ds to look at, and then we'll be done for the night. So always fun to spend some time with you guys. A little more fun tonight, being able to enjoy an adult beverage while I'm doing that. Looking forward to having a very productive day tomorrow. So now this one is close, but you can see that F and the G, kind of that worn outline of it. That still counts as an FG. We're looking for nothing there. That would be one, Brian, you were asking about earlier. That would actually be worth more than probably finding even a 90% silver there. So that's a good example of one that if it's an OFG, then there's the where's the adult? Oh, you know me too well. I am a little bit of a kid in a candy store when I get in front of the coins. I think the adult is upstairs, and she does not wait up for me on nights like this. So, sorry if these are going a little fast. Just looking to make up a little time. I can probably see them a little faster than maybe it settles in on the screen, but anyway, I'll be looking forward to spending some quality time with that new computer, getting things ready to go. Definitely looking forward to it. It's been a while. It's been a while in the works. I'm glad we were able to find a good deal over the holiday. No adults over here. And there hasn't been, so why start now, right? Mrs. Owl will just have to be the adult for all of us. Luckily, Mrs. Owl has not called down to me or messaged me saying that kids need to get back in bed or anything like that. She's actually been real supportive of this, more than I thought she would be. So I definitely have to make sure Mrs. Owl is a happy Mrs. Owl. So, all right. Getting down to the end of these 72Ds. Real dirty one coming up here. You can still see the F and G there. Yep. I just realized that sounds kind of funny when you say it that way. The F and G. Need to articulate the F and G. Or just FG. So, anyway. Sometimes I hear myself. Sometimes too supportive. Oh. Just got to learn to tell you no, huh? Brian, you're spending too much on patches. All right, let's pull up the 73D. Not that we need too much help with that one. We're going to look and see if we've got some of that extra metal. We'll look and see if we've got anything on the trust. Nope, nothing on that one. Hey, we'll look at the trust, and if we suspect one, we'll go to the extra metal. And yes, he does. I'm sure you support her hobbies too, right? Hello, Mrs. Rome. You know, it's funny, Brian. My tribal name was actually very close to the name of this stream. In the end, they went a different direction. Hi, Mrs. Rome. We'll try not to get him into too much trouble. I don't have any Legos to send him, so, you know, we'll try and be cool that way. Now that's interesting. It's just a little nick at the end of that S, but it's in a place where it kind of catches your eye. As you can see in the example, the extra metal for the doubled S is more up and inside the curl of that bottom S, and then at the top of the top portion of the S, then along that right side of the belly. Unfortunately, it is an eye catcher, but nope, it's not. Watching Halle Berry and Catwoman. All right. Nothing wrong with that. No, tribal name is Straight Face. I played a lot of poker back in the day, too. I tried to steer him towards something with copper in there, but I guess they thought differently. If I'd been inducted in Bartle, then I probably would have something closer to this. Oh, Brian, I will have to send you a picture of a cool lanyard that I made. It's actually one of the cooler ones I think I've made. It's for one of our new honoraries from last summer, and he actually botched up his tribal name when they gave it to him. Came back like a day later and he had a different name. So all of his ideas he had talked about for lanyard with me changed, and he wanted like a white with a light gray and a dark gray, because it's like a wolf fur color, and I think I talked him into black, white, gray, and then like translucent blue, but the black and white is two color. So one side of it looks like it's darker than the other, and when it twists, then the translucent blue, the light goes light and then dark and then light and then dark, right up the middle. And I just immediately fell in love with it. It is so freaking cool. I wonder if I have it here. I might. I do. I still need to cut it, and the light might not show it real well, but there it is. I'll make it a little bigger for you. Come here. There we go. Come on, focus. There, you can kind of see it. It's the same blue all the way up the middle, but it changes colors because you've got that black and white bicolor. So it came out really nicely. I think he's going to love that one. Did another variation of it. Instead of going right up the middle, it was part of the twist. Oh, if you want one, then maybe I can get you this one, because it does the same thing, only in a different way. So, yeah, I could work something out there. All right, back to the coins. That was fun. I've been thinking about, maybe doing some small versions of this and throwing them in as extra incentives as part of the channel. Look like I'm in a tent. Yep. I think I might have had a tent on top of this tarp one time. Now, I've got all kinds of, I'm in a storage room in my basement, so I've got all kinds of boxes and stuff that are just kind of not real fun to look at. But yeah, I was joking around. I was rewatching one of the streams from a couple weeks ago, and I said, oh my God, it looks like I live in a tent. So that's one of the other things I'm going to work on, is maybe getting one of those virtual backgrounds set up when I get the new computer and it can handle it a little better. So that's lots of ideas. I don't know if I'm going to have time to get them all implemented by Saturday, but we'll try. Might be a fun day on Friday figuring that out. But either way, I will be streaming on Saturday. And if I'm going to do like a 2-box hunt, it's going to take a couple hours. So I guess the other thing I didn't mention, Brian, was, when I hunt them, not only am I hunting them for silver initially, but what we're doing right here is the rest of that story that I hunt them for these DDOs. If anything, that's where I feel like, okay, if you're giving me $150 for a box and we don't find anything silvery, I'm going to look through these to try and find, I'm going to do everything I can to find you something. And that's kind of, you get out here and you do these and you want to do something that's maybe a little different or a little unusual without being like over the top weird. But that's kind of my thing, is just trying to be real thorough and give people their money's worth. This has potential. It is beat up and not in great shape, but this has some potential. Just look at some of the characteristics here. There's thickness in the S, right about where we would want to see it. The T has a little extra in that serif. The R is just worn. It's kind of tough to see, but that could be... Boy, you look at that left-hand T as well. That looks like it matches it pretty close, aka the doghouse. And then the U is thicker on the left. It's got a lot of characteristics right where I think it should be. At least not yet. I'm going to pull that one aside as a possibility. I'll have to pull it up on Variety Vista and maybe look for other markers to see if it's truly one or not. But that's an intriguing one. We might have found one. And I'm down to like 5, like the 7th coin from the end. Might have found one. That being the case, I'll go ahead and pull Variety Vista up, and we can take a look at it right here and see what we might have. Actually, I probably can't. Unfortunately, I don't think, after all that talk about work computer and all that, I am on my work computer. And that's why I'm doing StreamYard. Let me pull it up on my phone and see if we can see this or not. Where did my power cord go? There it is. All right. Let's see. Brian, yes, you got my email correct. I'm seeing that. I've got your address and I see your payment. So you are in. Okay. Let's get over to Variety Vista real quick. If I can spell. All right. Let's get over to Kennedy Halves. Let's look for DDO listings on the 77D. And that is definitely looking like it could be. Okay, there's another marker here. Let's look at the one on the date. We'll have to twist it a little bit, see if we can get some light to bounce off the right things here. It's still a maybe, because I would love to see a sharper line right there up and down the stem of that one on the left side. Kind of right where that light seems to break from light to dark is about where you'd want to see it. It's just not real well defined. So let me dive in just a little closer to this thing and see if there's any other telltale signs. I and Liberty. This is going to be a tough one to see too, I bet. Yeah, hard to see if that's more metal on there. T and Liberty might have a little extra metal along the right hand side. And a little dark there, plenty worn. Not sure that I'm seeing it. Little break in the serif there, maybe on the right side. It's worn, so I'm not seeing the crisp line that you'd like to see for true doubling, but I'm seeing width, and that's what's throwing me. Because without that break, you would not have the width. The E might have a little bit in that serif. Just giving it one more look at it. The R would be very clear if it were not worn so badly. It's a real tough call. Let's see. And it looks like there's various stages of wear here that might be visible. Ooh, this is a tough one. I think there's still that chance it is, but I can't be 100%. It might be one that I go ahead and I send anyway to Avardcurt. Okay. Nope. This is going to be one. This is going to be one. So I'm turning it to see light from a different angle. And there you can start to see some lines through the leg of the R. You can definitely see it in the S. It's not crisp, but it's more revealing this way. I think you can see it a little bit in that T as well. I think it's there. It'd be nice if the serifs on the U were a little sharper, but my goodness, I mean, the width is there. And I think the extra width in that R, that leg of the R, it kind of gets gummed up at the end. But boy, sometimes you got to turn these things all the way upside down to see some things, or get the light over there on it. Different light. You're right there. Right there, I think I see the S. Right about right in there. I swear it looks like there's a little split there. That would be that extra width that we see right up in here. So that's what I'm looking at right there. The U looks like this kind of blob here is thicker than normal. That's what I think I'm seeing there. Turn this around so we can look at this a little more comparatively. So when I start to see 2 and 3 things, okay, so like right in here, right in there on that T, it kind of looks like a little bit right there. And then it might come across like that. Oop. Turn that back on. That R, right about through there, is about where you'd expect to see it. It's not clear, but there's also kind of this extra little ballooning out here that gives you the extra width. And then this, I mean, the shape of this just matches to a T. Even down to a little wobble right there, rounded off and down. And a couple of little notches there for the, so. It looks like a little bit there too, a little bit there. I don't know. It looks pretty good to me. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to send it to Avardcurt since I don't think I found too much else for him. We'll take a chance on it. But anyway, that's going to be the last coin of the night. I'm going to get this thing bundled up, send it over to Avardcurt. We're about 5 minutes over my goal. So I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to finish the rest of my friend here to a T, looking at a T. That's right. Hey, guys. Thanks for hanging with me. Avardcurt, you're late. How much did you see, buddy? Because I just pulled off, and I'll give you a minute or two to look at this. What do you think there? This is a 77D. Let me know what you think there. Because I was just about ready to flip this up and send it to you. It's not super clear. I'm kind of going on the fact that, yeah, this was actually like the 7th to last coin out of your group that we finally found something to look at. But it might just be this one. Yeah, I think it is too. Nothing's like I'm saying, nothing's super clear. But when you look at the width in the R, the width in the serifs on the U, I'll turn it in some light here, and some of this kind of comes through. You can see it. You can see the E there. Looks like there's some clear doubling, even though that's not necessarily one of the real indicators. The more I turn that R, it kind of looks like there's a little bit of a line there. If you see there, it could just be a little bit of rub on it. The U doesn't come out real clear, but that S starts to. Let me get it down here in some more light. Right about there, you can start to see at the bottom of the S, you start to see that split. R-U-S, serif on the T. Yep. Yep. And then this was harder to see, but I think I see a little bit of a split on that right side. I think that R is there. Look at the left-hand T, though, and how closely that resembles what we see there. Almost down to where you see a little bit of a notch. A little bit of a notch right at the bottom of that serif. It kind of looks like, this is almost easier to do with this. See the notch right about there? Well, it's starting to look a little bit like that notch right there. And then the shape of this thing is just, it's a spot on match. So, hey, Sir Benji. Hey, thank you for stopping by, man. It's always a pleasure to be on your channel. And thank you for coming over and visiting ours. I definitely enjoy having you hang out. And, you know, we'll do it again sometime. So, Avardcurt, yep, we're going to wrap that one up and send it to you. And let's get this thing flipped up. It's not a pretty one, but I do believe it is one. So that's got to be worth a little bit. And that's how we do it, Brian. You bet, Brian. We'll see you again later. Thank you for jumping in on this week's hunt, and we'll get you taken care of. I will let you know what time we'll be doing it, and hopefully see you join in for that. You can see we get a little excited when we find some things. Might as well, right? All right, so we've got a 1977 D FS 101 DDO. All right. Probably hard to see. I got that doggone light right there. There you go. There you go, Avardcurt. We will get that in your envelope. It has been added. And you are going to get, you and Jim will get your stuff very soon. Found me a 64 silver quarter in the quarter bag hunt after he finished the halves. Very cool, Avardcurt. You don't find too many of those anymore. So that's always cool when you find them. Very cool. All right, guys. I got a call tonight. It's time for me to be crashing out. So thank you for stopping by. I'm glad we found Avardcurt something. Jim, I'm sorry. We'll try again another time. Brian, your first step on Saturday, and yep, I'll for all of you, I'll be looking to put out a comment video and stream announcement. And just so you know, we will be looking at streaming on Saturday, possibly a 2-box hunt. Possibly. I don't have confirmation that I'll have 2 boxes yet. So anyhow, we'll do what we can. We'll have some fun. I'll see you later. Sorry I missed Southern Metal. I really meant to see more of it, but I just didn't get a chance before I had to dive into this. So anyhow, we'll see you later, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye now.